The recruitment center on Station Vigil smelled like ozone and disappointment. Maya Chen stood in line behind 7 other species, each one larger, meaner, and apparently more qualified than her 5'4" frame. The Krovic in front of her had 4 arms and scales that could deflect plasma rounds. The Thornax beside her possessed natural body armor that made tanks jealous. She was human, soft, squishy, breakable human. Next, the processing droid called in its monotone voice. Maya stepped forward, her application chip clutched in one sweaty palm. 3 months of travel from Earth, every credit she owned spent on passage, all to join the Galactic Defense Initiative, all to prove that humans belonged among the stars, all to make the bastards who killed her brother pay. The droid scanned her chip. Its optical sensors flickered. Species, human. Classification, Death Worlder, Category 3. Proceed to Training Wing 7. The Sien Administrator, all tentacles and superiority. Slithered over. Another one. This is the 5th human this cycle. They never last past basic combat assessment. I'll last, Maya said flatly. The tentacles quivered in what might have been laughter. They all say that, soft skin. Proceed. Training Wing 7 turned out to be a massive arena carved from asteroid rock. 40 recruits from a dozen worlds stood in formation. Maya found her assigned spot just as the doors exploded inward. Not opened. Exploded. Through the smoke strode Instructor Vex, a Chthonian who looked like someone had given a grizzly bear anger issues and titanium bones. He stood 9 feet tall, his gray hide scarred from 100 battles. 2 tusks jutted from his lower jaw, each one engraved with kill counts. Listen up, meat, he growled, his voice like grinding metal. I am Instructor Vex. For the next 8 weeks, I own you, I will break you, I will rebuild you, and most of you will wash out because you are weak, you are slow, and you are pathetically unworthy of defending our galaxy. His eyes swept the formation, dismissing most with barely a glance. Then they landed on Maya. He laughed. Actually laughed. Oh, this is rich. A human. A tiny, fragile human. He stalked toward her, each footstep shaking the ground. Tell me, little morsel, did you get lost on your way to medical bay? Perhaps you meant to apply for the hospitality corps. Maya met his gaze. No, sir. I'm here to fight. To fight. Vex leaned down until his tusks were inches from her face. His breath smelled like raw meat and violence. You cannot fight. Look at you. No claws. No armor. No venom. Your bones are hollow. Your skin tears like wet paper. You are prey pretending to be predator. Then test me, Maya said quietly. The arena went silent. Even the background hum of life support seemed to hold its breath. Vex's eyes narrowed. What did you say? I said test me. Right now. You think I'm weak? Prove it. A slow, cruel smile spread across Vex's face. Oh, I am going to enjoy this. Recruits, circle up. Let us all watch the human learn why her kind should have stayed in their little backwater system. The other recruits formed a ring. Maya saw pity in some eyes, amusement in others, and barely concealed contempt in most. The Krovic from earlier flexed all 4 arms in anticipation of watching her humiliation. Rules are simple, meat, Vex announced. You get 1 free shot, anywhere you want. After that, I put you down, and you crawl back to your transport with whatever dignity you have left, which will be none. He spread his massive arms wide, exposing his chest. Go ahead. Hit me with your best. I will not even defend myself. Maya took a breath. 2. Her heart hammered, but her hands stayed steady. Her brother's face flashed through her mind, the last message he'd sent from the frontier before the raiders came, before the Chthonian pirate fleet turned his colony to ash. Thank you for the opportunity, sir, she said politely. Then she moved. Her first step was a feint, drawing Vex's attention low. His eyes tracked her movement, confident and lazy. Mistake number 1. Her second step brought her inside his guard, closer than any sensible prey would dare. Mistake number 2 was his assumption that she would aim for his chest, his gut, something obvious. Maya's fist snapped upward in a tight, brutal arc that used every ounce of her body weight. Her knuckles connected with the hinge of Vex's jaw with a crack that echoed through the arena like a gunshot. The physics were beautiful, really. Force equals mass times acceleration. Her mass was small, sure, but velocity made up for a lot. And human knuckles, fragile as they seemed, focused all that energy into a few square centimeters, right on the temporomandibular joint, one of the weakest points on any creature with a jaw. Vex's head snapped sideways. His eyes went wide with shock. Then his legs gave out, and 9 feet of elite warrior collapsed to the arena floor like a puppet with cut strings. Silence. Maya stepped back, cradling her hand. Definitely broken. Worth it. Then someone started laughing. The Thornax, her armor plating rattling with genuine amusement. Oh, ancestors preserve us. She actually did it. Vex groaned and rolled onto his side. His jaw hung at an unnatural angle. Brock, he slurred. She broke my jaw. The medical team rushed in with a hover stretcher. As they loaded Vex onto it, his eyes fixed on Maya with something new. Not contempt. Not pity. Something almost like respect mixed with pure, undiluted fury. You, he managed around his shattered jaw. You just made the war's mistack of your lift. Looking forward to it, sir, Maya replied. They carted him away. The other recruits stared at her like she'd just grown tentacles. The Xian administrator from earlier slithered into the arena, all his earlier superiority replaced with bureaucratic panic. This is highly irregular, he spluttered. Assaulting an instructor, this will require reports, committees, possibly criminal charges. He ordered her to hit him, the Thornax pointed out, still grinning. We all heard it. 1 free shot, anywhere she wanted. But she broke his jaw. Then perhaps Instructor Vex should not have offered the shot. The Thornax's grin widened. I am Sergeant Ryla, assistant instructor. And you, human, just made training very interesting. Maya flexed her broken hand carefully. Maya Chen, and I'm just getting started. Ryla's laugh boomed through the arena. Oh, I believe you. But you should know, when Vex returns from medical, he will make your life a living hell. He will push you hard. The next 3 days passed in a blur. With Vex in medical getting his jaw reconstructed, Sergeant Ryla took over training. She proved to be every bit as tough, but slightly less homicidal in her teaching methods. The obstacle courses were brutal, designed for species with twice the muscle mass and 3 times the endurance. Maya finished last in every run, but she finished. The strength training was laughable. She could barely lift half what the Kravik managed with 1 arm. But she noticed something the others missed. They relied on raw power, brute force solutions to every problem. Maya started using leverage, angles, momentum, physics over power. By day 3, she'd stopped finishing last. The Thornax and 2 others were behind her now, learning that being big did not always mean being fast. On day 4, Vex returned. His jaw was plated now, reinforced with medical steel. The reconstruction made his face asymmetrical, a permanent reminder of his humiliation. He stood at the entrance to the training arena, and every recruit froze. Formation, he said quietly. His voice was different now, harder, the slur gone but replaced with something colder. They formed up in record time. Vex walked the line slowly, inspecting each recruit with clinical detachment. When he reached Maya, he stopped. Chun, he said. Sir, that was a good hit. Clean technique, perfect targeting, excellent use of surprise. He leaned in close. You will never land another one on me. And before you graduate, I will make you wish you had stayed on that pathetic little rock you call home. Do you understand? Maya smiled. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Vex's eye twitched. Gratitude. How refreshingly suicidal. Very well. Everyone, 50 laps. Full combat gear. Chun, you get 75. Begin. They ran. Maya's lungs burned by lap 20. Her legs screamed by lap 40. By lap 60, she was pretty sure she was dying. But she kept moving because stopping meant quitting, and quitting meant her brother died for nothing. Somewhere around lap 70, she started laughing. Couldn't help it. The absurdity of it all, running in circles on a rock in space, trying to prove that soft, squishy humans could play with the big kids. The laugh was slightly hysterical and definitely oxygen-deprived, but it felt good. Something funny, Chen? Vex's voice crackled over the arena speakers. Just enjoying the scenery, sir, she gasped out. Lap 100. You are hilarious. Keep me entertained. Behind her, the Thornax groaned. Stop making him angry. He will kill us all. He's going to do that anyway, Maya panted. Might as well enjoy it. She finished her 100 laps. Barely. She collapsed at the finish line, every muscle trembling, her vision swimming. Vex appeared above her, arms crossed. Not bad for prey, he admitted grudgingly. Then he dropped the data pad on her chest. Combat theory. 500 pages. Test tomorrow. Fail and you wash out. Maya grabbed the pad. What's my score to pass? 95%. Same as everyone else. That's fair. Vex snorted. Fair. Nothing about this is fair. Chun. Life is not fair. War is not fair. The creatures who killed your brother, they were not fair. So you better get comfortable with unfair, or you will die screaming like prey should. He knew about her brother. Of course he did. They'd all been briefed on every recruit's background. Maya sat up, ignoring her body's protests. Then I'll score 98%. And next time you doubt a human, you'll remember why your jaw clicks when you eat. For a long moment, Vex just stared at her. Then impossibly he smiled. It was not a nice smile. It was a smile of a predator who had just found worthy prey. I think I'm going to like breaking you, Chun. You can try, sir. That night, Maya studied until her eyes bled. The combat theory was dense, complex, covering tactics from 100 worlds. But woven through it all was a simple truth. Battles were not won by the strongest. They were won by the smartest, the most adaptable, the ones willing to do what others would not. Humans, she realized, had been doing that for millennia, killing mammoths with pointed sticks, conquering a planet with nothing but stubbornness and spite. They were not the biggest predators in their ecosystem, but they had outlasted all the others. She would not wash out. She would not quit. And when she finally graduated, when she finally hunted down the raiders who murdered her brother, they would learn why humans were called Deathworlders. Not because they could not die, but because they refused to die easily. The test scores posted at 0600 hours. Maya dragged herself to the board, still sore from yesterday's 100 laps. Her eyes found her name on the list. Chun, Maya. Combat theory assessment, 98%. She allowed herself a small smile. Behind her, someone whistled. Impossible, a Draken recruit hissed. The test was designed for tactical specialists. She has been here 4 days. Maybe she cheated. Another suggested. Maya turned around slowly. The Draken, all wings and teeth, took a step back to spite himself. Something in her eyes made him reconsider his words. Say that again, she said quietly. Please. Recruits. Sergeant Ryla's voice cut through the tension. Jealousy is unbecoming. Chin earned her score, as did all of you. Now get to morning drills before I make yesterday's run look like a vacation. They scattered. Ryla approached Maya, her armor plates shifting in what might have been approval. 98%. You actually did it. I said I would. Yes, you did. Fair warning. Vex is going to escalate now. He respects competence, but he despises arrogance. That smile you just wore? He saw it. Expect pain. Always do, Maya replied. She was right. Morning drills became morning nightmares. Vex introduced combat scenarios that bordered on impossible. Zero-gravity knife fights. Void walks with failing oxygen. Hostage rescue simulations where the hostages actively tried to kill you because they were brainwashed. Maya failed most of them, but she failed learning, adapting, improving. The Kravik, strong as he was, kept trying the same power moves. Maya started predicting him, using his strength against him. When he charged, she sidestepped and helped him into walls. When he grabbed, she went limp and slipped free. You fight like a coward, he snarled after she dodged his attacks for the third straight sparring match. I fight like someone who wants to win, Maya corrected, sweeping his legs. He crashed down hard. Pride does not stop bullets. Adequate, Vex grunted, watching her qualify on the range. Your accuracy is acceptable for prey species. Thank you, sir. I'll take adequate. His reconstructed jaw clicked as he ground his teeth. Confidence is earned, Chun. You have survived 2 weeks. 46 remain. Let's see if you can maintain your attitude when the real training begins. Real training? What have we been doing? Orientation. Vex smiled that terrible smile again. Tomorrow, we start breaking you properly. That night, Maya found a package outside her quarters. No label, no indication who sent it. Inside was a medical gel wrap for her still healing hand, and a note in sharp, precise handwriting. Your jaw strike was acceptable. Next time, aim for the temple. More immediate unconsciousness. Less risk of retaliation. Do not disappoint me by dying stupidly. No signature, but she recognized Vex's terseness. She wrapped her hand carefully, surprised by the gesture. Then she realized what it actually meant. He was not trying to break her anymore. He was trying to forge her. The distinction mattered. Day 15 brought the Crucible. Every recruit whispered about it with equal parts dread and excitement. A 5-day field exercise in hostile environment simulation. No supervision, no safety nets. Just squads of recruits dropped into hell with a mission and a prayer. Squad assignments, Ryla announced, projecting the list. Chun, you're squad leader for Team 3. Maya blinked. What? I'm the least experienced here. Yes, which means you have the most to prove. Your squad, the Kravik, designation cross. The Thornax, myself. The Draken who accused you of cheating, designation Zith. And 2 Vexian scouts, Pick and NAL. Make them work together or fail together. Your choice. Crossed all 4 arms. I will not follow a human. Then you will fail, Ryla said flatly. Squad leaders were chosen by combat assessments, tactical scores, and demonstrate adaptability under pressure. Chen ranked highest in 2 categories and acceptable in the 3rd. If you cannot follow orders, you wash out. Decide now. Cross glared at Maya. She met his eyes calmly. After a long moment, he nodded once. Barely. Acceptable. The Crucible dropped them in a simulated urban combat zone. Enemy drones patrolled the ruins. Environmental hazards included radiation zones, unstable structures, and limited oxygen pockets. Their mission was simple. Retrieve intelligence from a central command post and extract within 72 hours. Simple. Not easy. Suggestions? Maya asked once they'd secured a staging area. Zitha's wings fluttered nervously. Direct assault. We have the firepower. We have 6 operators against automated defenses designed for company-level engagements, Maya countered. Direct assault is suicide. Then what does the fragile human suggest? Cross growled. Maya pulled up the tactical map. The drones patrol in patterns. 3-hour cycles with 12-minute gaps during processor updates. We use those gaps to infiltrate. 12 minutes is not enough time to cross the kill zone. Pick, one of the Vexian scouts, pointed out. His species were small, fast, built for reconnaissance. Not in one attempt. We leapfrog. First gap gets us to this collapsed tower. Second gap reaches the drainage system. Third puts us under the command post. Ryla's armor plates clicked thoughtfully. Risky. If we miss a window, we are exposed. Every option is risky. This one uses their systems against them. Maya looked at each squad member. But I need buy-in. If anyone has a better plan, speak now. I'm not too proud to listen. Silence. Then Cross nodded slowly. Your plan has merit. We attempt this. They moved during the first gap. Maya led, her human agility useful in the rubble. Cross followed, surprisingly quiet for his bulk. They made the tower with seconds to spare, drones passing overhead blind to their presence. Second gap. The drainage system was tight, acidic, eating through their gear. Zitha's wings scraped against the walls, and he hissed in pain. Maya helped him fold them tighter, ignoring the acid eating at her gloves. Why help me? Zith whispered. I accused you of cheating. Because you're my squad now, Maya replied. And we do not leave people behind. Third gap. They emerged under the command post to find the entrance sealed with molecular locks. Cross tried forcing it. Nothing. Zitha's claws could not scratch it. They had 8 minutes before the next patrol cycle. Pick, NAL, can your equipment bypass this? Maya asked, not in 8 minutes. We need 20 minimum. 7 minutes now. Maya stared at the lock, her mind racing. Molecular seals responded to specific frequency disruptions. Their weapons operated on plasma frequencies. Wrong spectrum entirely unless... Everyone, set your rifles to diagnostic mode. Cycle through all frequencies on my mark. That will drain our batteries, Cross objected. We won't need them if we're dead. On 3. 1, 2, 3. 6 rifles cycled through their frequency ranges simultaneously. The interference pattern created a resonance cascade. The molecular lock flickered, destabilized, and collapsed. Inside now. They grabbed the intelligence package with 4 minutes to spare. The extraction was Messier, a running firefight through the ruins as their frequency trick had alerted every drone in the sector. Maya took a graze across her ribs. Cross lost his shield generator. Zitha's wing tore completely, but they made the extraction point with 12 minutes remaining. Intact. Successful. Vex met them at the debrief. His expression was unreadable. Squad 3. Fastest retrieval time in Crucible history. 0 casualties. And you achieved this with human in command. He focused on Maya. Explain your frequency disruption technique. Improvisation, sir. The molecular locks were military grade, but they shared the same vulnerability as most high-tech systems. They assumed attackers would use standard breaching methods. We use physics instead. Physics. Overpower. Vex's jaw clicked. You understand something many warriors never learn. Victory belongs to those who adapt, not those who simply hit harder. He pulled something from his belt. A patch, dark blue with silver stars. The insignia. She made mistakes. Lots of them. People died in the simulations because of her choices. Each failure burned into her memory, a scar on her psyche. But Vex was there after every disaster, dissecting what went wrong without judgment, only analysis. You hesitated before ordering Cross to hold that position, he said after one particularly brutal scenario. Why? Because I knew it would kill him. Yes, it would. And because you hesitated, the entire squad died instead of just one. Command means making choices no one should have to make. Either accept that or step down. Maya's hands clenched. I accept it. Do you? Or do you simply say the words? Vex leaned forward. Your brother died on the frontier. You carry that guilt, yes? You think if you were there, you could have saved him. That is why you are here. Not for glory. Not for duty. For redemption. Does it matter why I'm here if I succeed? Yes, because warriors who fight for redemption often fight recklessly. They seek death as penance. But good commanders fight to win. Chun, not to die heroically. Can you do that? She met his eyes. I'm learning. Good. Learn faster. Final week. The graduation exercise was brutal simplicity itself. Each recruit faced Vex in single combat. No rules, no restrictions. Fight until someone yielded or could not continue. Most recruits lasted under a minute. Cross managed 3 minutes before Vex broke his arm. Zith, 2 minutes before unconsciousness. Ryla gave the best showing at 7 minutes, her armor-absorbing punishment, until Vex found the gap between plates. Then it was Maya's turn. She stepped into the ring, and the memories flooded back. Her brother's final message. The coordinates were as colony had been. The smoking ruins when she finally got there, bodies everywhere, no survivors. Begin, Vex said. Maya did not charge, did not posture. She watched, learning his patterns. Vex attacked, testing her defense. She gave ground, deflected, stayed mobile. His reconstructed jaw clicked with each movement. You cannot win by running, Chun. Not trying to win. Try and survive. Same thing. No. Winning means beating you. Surviving means lasting long enough for you to make a mistake. Vex's eyes narrowed. Then he really came at her. Speed and power combined with technique earned over decades. Maya blocked what she could, took it she had to, and kept moving. 2 minutes. 3. Her ribs screamed. Her vision blurred. 5 minutes. She was still standing. Barely. Yield, Vex commanded. No, you cannot hurt me. You cannot defeat me. Yield with honor. Maya smiled through bloody teeth. You taught me something, sir, about fighting smart instead of hard. So here's my move. She dropped her guard completely, stood there defenseless. Vex hesitated, just for a second, because hitting a defenseless opponent went against every warrior instinct he had. That second was enough. Maya dove forward, not at him but past him, rolled, came up behind him and tapped the back of his neck with 2 fingers. Bang, she whispered. Assassination strike. In a real fight, you would be dead. The arena fell silent. Vex turned slowly. His expression was unreadable. Then, impossibly, he started laughing. Deep, genuine laughter that echoed off the walls. You magnificent, insane creature. You just threw a fight to make a point about asymmetric warfare. Did it work? You passed. With honors. He offered his hand. She took it, and he pulled her up. Congratulations, Specialist Chen. Welcome to the Galactic Defense Initiative. Try not to die immediately. Graduation ceremony was brief. 40 recruits had started. 23 graduated. Maya stood among them, wearing her new uniform, the tactical specialist patch on her shoulder. Cross nodded to her with something like respect. Evensith managed to smile. Vex presented each graduate with their assignment. When he reached Maya, he handed her a data chip. Special operations, deep reconnaissance. They specifically requested a human with tactical specialization. Apparently, your reputation precedes you. Maya took the chip. Where? The frontier. Pirate interdiction. Specifically targeting Chthonian raider fleets. Her breath caught. The same raiders who killed her brother. Vex knew. Of course he knew. This is not a gift, Chun. This is a test. Can you complete the mission without letting vengeance cloud your judgment? Yes, sir. Prove it. Dismissed. She saluted and turned to leave. Vex's voice stopped her. Chun, your brother would be proud. Do not disappoint his memory by dying stupidly. That is an order. Maya smiled. Yes, sir. I'll do my best. 3 days later, she shipped out. The transport broke orbit, and she watched station vigils shrink behind them. Somewhere on that rock, Vex was already terrorizing the next batch of recruits. She hoped one of them would surprise him like she had. Her hand touched the scar on her ribs, a reminder of the Crucible. Pain meant learning. Failure meant growth. And humans, fragile as they were, had spent millions of years learning and growing and refusing to stay down. The frontier waited. The raiders waited. Justice waited. And Maya Chen was done being underestimated. She pulled up the mission briefing, her mind already working through scenarios, calculating angles, finding the weak points in enemy patterns. Somewhere out there, the creatures who murdered her brother were about to learn a very important lesson. Humans were not the biggest or the strongest or the most armored species in the galaxy, but they were adaptable, clever, and absolutely ruthlessly stubborn. And when you hurt one of them, the rest came for you like a plague. Patient, persistent, inevitable. The raiders thought they were predators. They were about to discover what real predators looked like. Soft skin, fragile bones, and enough spite to burn the galaxy down if that was what victory required. Maya smiled at her reflection in the viewport. Vex had asked if she could complete the mission without vengeance clouding her judgment. She had said yes, and she had meant it, because vengeance was hot, quick, satisfying, but ultimately empty. What she wanted was colder, harder, more permanent. She wanted justice. She wanted every raider fleet broken and scattered.